Good afternoon. I'm glad to be coming to you again for another edition of the Lowdown from Butts County Schools. Just to kind of tell you a little bit about another initiative we have going on here, and that is the Leader in Me initiative. We're working on our second year of Leader in Me, and we feel like that this will be a way to show the leader potential in every one of our teachers and every one of our students. And just bring the attitude of the Butts County school system into a leader mindset. The basis behind this is the Stephen Covey 7 habits. If you're not familiar with those, the first 3 habits are dealing with yourself. Be proactive is habit 1. Begin with the end in mind is habit 2, and then put first things first. And like I said, all of that is working intrinsically within you, within the person, not me, but within whoever's going through this process. The next habits are, habit 4 is think win-win. So when you're in a situation, you're not, in a situation dealing with another person, you're not always trying to beat them. You're thinking about how both can come out with something positive. The habit 5 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. I think that goes a lot with your listening skills. You know, we need to listen to the person who's on the opposite side, or the opposite side of a situation or an opinion. Listen to what they're saying, not to respond to them, but to try to understand their point of view. And habit 6 then is synergize. And just a really elementary understanding of synergize means if everybody works together, the sum of all is greater than the individual parts. So work together towards a goal. If we're all rowing in the same direction, we get there faster. Those are all little cliche moments that explain that, but that's what synergize is. And then the last is sharpen the saw. You're only as good as the tools that you have. And one of the major tools of any leader is the person, is the leader themselves. So take some time to re-energize, to sharpen the saw, so to speak, so you can be the best that you are. I'm standing here in front of a lighthouse school, to represent the lighthouse school designation, which is what we're striving for. What that means is that we have created a environment of leaders. As we're seeing this in our schools, it's kind of a twofold. Yes, we're using the 7 habits to teach kind of a character ed and teach kids how to operate and to function in the school, but also to carry those traits on to the real world. But the second part of this, as far as the school, is to have the students create their own goals and know what their goals are. And that'll look different throughout the years as they move up through the Butts County school system. But they'll have a portfolio at the end of the year that shows that, number 1, every student should know where they are, where they need to go, and the steps to get there. And it's not just looking at the end results. There are benchmarks and steps through it. One of the reasons I wanted to get this out to the public is because as our students are learning this, they're going to use the Leader in Me language. They'll be using the 7 habits language. And so if you hear them talk about being proactive or beginning with the end in mind, now you understand where they're coming from. And the last habit, which isn't mentioned in the book, is mentioned in the book, but not listed as a 7 habits, is when this transfers to the home. And we're starting to see that. I've already had parents talk to me about how their students are using these 7 habits at school, but it's transitioning to the home. So if you see this going on in the community, please support it. Like I said, this is a very big initiative with the Butts County school system. It's starting to catch fire. Elementary and middle school are actually a little bit ahead of the high school, and that's by design. The elementary and middle, the goal is that it will bleed, and then as our 8th graders go into 9th grade, it kind of takes over the high school as well. So we're really excited about this. Community members, do your part to help support it. And please stay tuned for the next edition of the Lowdown. Thank you.